possible spinoff.
I hope they have a spinoff called Wax On.
Wax On?
maybe a double spinoff, one Wax On, one Wax Off show. And...
I know Pornhub has a Wax Off show, but that's not what we're looking for. That's...
It might not be what you're looking for.
I was waiting for you to say that. I was like, oh, I got a joke for this one. Teed it up real nice.
3, 2, 1. This is OGGR. It's all OGGR now.
Gamers and geeks, welcome to OGGR.
Old Guys Geekly Review, episode
28.
28.
28.
Oh my God, we're catching up in my age. We're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there. We'll have to have a special. This is my age episode.
It'd be the golden episode.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, We're gonna have 2 golden episodes, or maybe we'll do a golden and a platinum.
We'll do 2 golden episodes and a golden shower episode. And
there we go. Kinky.
28.
Yep, we're branching out our fan base.
Yeah. Special thanks goes to pubjeezy. He's got a YouTube channel where he cracks a pack of magic, cracking the packs.
So does he wear the gloves and stuff when he's doing it?
No, but yeah, check it out if you're interested in seeing how somebody else can open packs. It gets pretty expensive. You got to know what you're opening.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Some of the magic you get next to nothing. It's definitely a gambling thing. And yeah. Oh man, you get nothing or something. Yep. Something or nothing.
Usually in my case, it's always nothing. Yeah. I never get anything.
Yeah, my luck's pretty bad too. But Nick, how's your week been?
It's been all right. So last week we covered Justin Roiland's alleged assault and domestic violence.
Still alleged, I hear.
Yeah, but now so he lost Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Squanch Games, his own video game company, he's no longer associated with.
Oh, really? Wow.
And Hulu cut ties with him.
Yeah, that was a part of the big news that I had. It's kind of hard to say this, but I hope he's guilty because basically his life is ruined.
Yeah, like he
because if he's innocent, oh my gosh.
Yeah, oh God. Yeah. It would suck if he's proven innocent. Not for him, but just because there's no coming back.
Oh no.
Yeah, with public opinion the way it is nowadays, you're not gonna financially recover from that.
You are always guilty.
Yeah.
You are always guilty. So yeah, weird, but I hope he is guilty of all the things he's accused of, because then all this stuff would be justified. So.
Yeah. Fans are already trying to cast Danny DeVito and Charlie Day to replace him for Rick and Morty.
You know what? I think at this point they should just have a rotating cast, like somebody new every episode to do the voices.
Different Rick and Morty from different universes.
Yeah, just do it all. Everybody gets a shot.
I'm right.
Me and you. It'll be the JD and Nick Rick and Morty that really gets it going. Which one are you gonna be? You gonna be Rick or you gonna be Morty?
God, I don't know. Maybe we'll take turns.
Who can be the most pathetic? Nick, Nick, would you help me out, Nick? I'm getting swallowed by aliens. Why'd you do this?
Aw, jeez, JD. That was not a Morty voice, for the record. I did not try to do a Morty voice.
That was your Rick voice? Damn.
I can't do a Rick voice either. JD. Oh God, that was terrible.
Maybe we'll just have to be 2 Mortys.
Yeah, there we go.
See who can out pathetic each other.
Jeez. Oh shit! 4 minutes in, not even 5 minutes yet. Oh man. Anyway, anything else happen noteworthy this week for you?
It's life is good. Life is good. Just happy to be around. Happy to be doing things. Happy to have all this time for the geekery.
Yeah, definitely. It was definitely a busy week. Should we hop into it?
Let's do it.
All right, movies. So, have you watched anything?
Movie-wise, no. I haven't watched any movies.
I watched Megan. It came out
okay.
Streaming, so I bought it on Apple TV knowing that...
It's still doing well in the box office, like ranked number 3.
I can see why.
Good?
It was really good. Like, as far as horror movies go, you got what? Yeah, okay, so the trend with horror. I don't even know if it's a trend with horror movies, but Barbarian left a very bad taste in my mouth because the trailer was nothing like. Like if the movie was along the lines of the trailer, it would have been a much better movie in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah.
But it was a little misleading. The trailer was good for Megan. I got exactly what I wanted out of the movie. A little bit more. They're gonna make a sequel. I can't wait for the sequel. Like it was that good. So pretty excited about that.
So the moral of this story is don't try to fool your fans by giving them something fake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give them real.
I don't even know if Barbarian was fake, but man, that trailer was really misleading.
Don't mislead your fans.
Yeah. I think that's probably a good rule of thumb. But that's all I watched. So for news, we got Violent Night 2 is in the works with the same creative team as Violent Night 1.
Oh yeah, okay.
So
I'm still looking forward to seeing that.
It was very surprising. Isn't that coming to a streaming service pretty soon?
I believe so. I don't have the date for it though.
Yeah, I can't remember which one it was. I think we talked about it last week. The original director for Friday the 13th is looking to reboot the franchise.
Oh, okay.
That could be interesting. Madam Web is done filming, according to Dakota Johnson.
Oh.
The Boogeyman, which is Stephen King's next film, is looking at a June release date, and it has some very strong test screenings.
Interesting. I haven't heard a lot from Stephen King lately.
Yeah, I really haven't either.
Yeah, that's good that he's still in the works.
Let's see. Looks like the first confirmed member of the Serpent Society is going to be Diamondback.
Okay. And is that going to be part of the Sony's universe or Marvel's universe?
I think Marvel's universe, because the hashtag that was attached to it was Captain America New World Order.
Okay. Is that a rumor or is that confirmed?
It said confirmed. This was one of the things that I got this morning, but what did I read? I think they said something about Anthony Mackie talking about it. So
okay.
Not sure. So I didn't get a chance to vet it. So we'll just say take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, we'll have more as time gets closer, and Marvel solidifies all their plans, which seem to be coming together after all the Blade hoo-ha, which I've got rumor for that. So we'll get to the rumor section, talk about some Blade.
All right. Venom 3 will film between June and September in the UK this year.
Yeah, Sony's gonna be shoving lots of money that way as long as they keep making billion-dollar movies.
Yep. And speaking of Blade is supposed to start filming on May 30th.
All right.
Which
seems like they finally got their plan, which we'll talk about in the rumors, which I think it's a strong rumor, but we'll see.
All right.
It's unconfirmed about the direction Blade's taking yet, but
that'll be interesting. You got any movie news?
Well, we got the latest Dungeons & Dragons trailer.
Yeah.
So it's so torn because of all the stuff Hasbro's done and the backpedaling and all the Dungeons & Dragons drama lately. Some fans are going to boycott the movie, but it looks good. It looks like the first time that they've actually got the flavor of being around a tabletop in a movie where it's not overly serious.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely excited about that. And so new trailer for it hit. We've got a couple of Oscar nominations that came out, and Black Panther is among them, and well as Avatar.
Yeah, Angela Bassett for Black Panther.
Black Panther picked up 2 nominations. I've actually got the entire list, and I probably should go ahead and break that out to look at it. But yeah, so Black Panther got a couple of noms, not a Best Picture nomination, but a couple of others, 2 other sections. Let's see. Interesting for Best Picture. Avatar, Way of Water is up in Best Picture. There's like 8 of them. The one that I think will win is Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I hope so. I watched that again maybe a few weeks ago, and it's still a pretty good movie. It's surprisingly good.
Yeah, and Top Gun's in there. There's I'll just go ahead and give you all the list, but I won't give you the list for the other categories. So, All Quiet on the Western Front. The Banshee of
Inisherin.
Yeah,
I'm gonna buy that tonight and watch it tonight because I've heard that's a real good one too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, cool. Yeah, I'd like to hear more about that one because I know nothing about that one.
Yeah, it's got Colin Farrell. Oh God, I can't remember the other guy's name.
You had me at Colin Farrell. So
Yeah, I mean, no, it's got a lot of buzz on Reddit.
nice. Elvis is up in there.
Uh-huh.
The Fablemans. Not sure about what that one is.
The only Fable I'm interested in is on Xbox.
Oh well, yeah. When Fable comes out, we'll be all over that.
Oh yeah.
Tar. Which
Tar.
I haven't. I'm not familiar with that one.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Triangle of Sadness.
It sounds like a biopic on my life.
It sounds like something that would win the Oscars.
Yeah.
The Triangle of Sadness and Women Talking.
Women Talking.
And that sounds like something that would win Best Picture too. So
There's a movie called Women Talking.
Yeah.
Sounds boring. That canceled. We're canceled.
Damn it. The Fablemans is a Steven Spielberg thing.
I don't know if I've heard of that though, which is weird.
Yeah, he's up for Best Director
Okay.
with that. Anyway, yeah. So definitely some interesting things. Brendan Fraser's up for The Whale for Best Actor.
Yeah, I still got to find a way to to watch that movie. I gotta figure out how I can watch that because I've been dying to watch that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's hit streaming yet. I think it's still in the theaters. It's a little too early for streaming. We got Kate Blanchett for Best Actress in Tar, whatever that is.
I love
Kate
Blanchett.
She's awesome. And apparently people are upset that Ana de Armas got nominated for her portrayal in Blonde. Because you were saying earlier,
she did a good job.
Okay.
Like as far as that goes, she did an okay job. I would be against it just for the super uncomfortable fellatio scene.
Oh, okay.
It goes on way too long.
Oh.
It's terrible. It's cringy, dude.
Oh.
It's super cringy.
That's the fault of the director, not the actress.
Right.
So.
And then daddy. Like, she said it way too much. So, yeah, I can understand. Was it an Oscar worthy of... no. I don't believe so either. Like I said, she did a good job. It's just the movie was hot garbage, like half of it.
Well, Michelle Yeoh is up for Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
so there we go.
Yeah, that is good acting. Oh, God. she did really good acting. The whole... Oh, my God.
Acting good.
Yeah, I'm not doing so hot today. This is
That's
a bad
all right.
episode.
Our fans will enjoy that.
Yeah. No, she did a very good job acting. You know what? Watch the movie,
Watch the movie.
and then you'll understand.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. So over to animated, we got a couple of interesting nominations. Puss in Boots,
Yeah, that's another one I'm gonna buy tonight.
and it's really up there in the theaters still. It's what, number 2?
Yeah, apparently they got
Three?
blood in it, and people are up in arms about it.
Oh, a little edgy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that kitty's got claws.
And yeah, we're done with the Oscars.
Yeah, you can't handle any more of my bullshit, stupid commentary. That was abrupt.
We're done. We're over. We're done.
What about box office? Anything else?
Avatar still reigning the box office. It moved into 5th place.
Really?
Took Avengers: Infinity War.
Okay. In that regard.
Yeah,
Okay.
fifth place in sales.
Yeah.
Money,
Okay.
coinage. Still first place in the theaters.
And in your hearts.
Well, I still haven't seen it. I'm
haven't either.
honestly still amazed because maybe I'll see it and I'll change my mind, but I just was not an Avatar fan, and it's still. But one of these days I'll get a chance to see it and maybe I'll change my mind.
Yeah. Somebody in my family told me that this is one that you should definitely watch in the theater. So I'm probably gonna get dragged there at some point.
Oh, okay.
So.
Well,
But we're not spoiled. We don't have a really good theater here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's part of my hesitation to go back to the theaters is
Yeah.
because honestly, I feel like I'm going back to 1980 and it looks like the same theater
Yeah.
that I would see in 1980, and it's just, oh man, we need a new theater so
Yeah,
bad.
if we had an IMAX, I
Yeah.
would probably see a hell of a lot more movies.
yeah,
Or like a
if we had a place where it was a special experience,
Mm-hmm.
not just your average theater to see something,
yeah.
then I'd probably go see movies. Like when living in Tampa, there was all kinds of options
Mm.
for special dining and theater seating and whatever. But yeah,
Yeah.
lots of different options.
Yeah, Miami had a lot of options too, but my favorite theater in Omaha shut down, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, sad.
Yeah.
Eighth place, though, giving a shout out to eighth place because that time I got reincarnated as a slime, the movie Scarlet Bond actually made it to eighth place.
Really?
So yeah, it was number 8 in the theaters.
Damn.
Go for some anime.
Hell yeah. I mean, it's good to see that with anime.
Yeah, I don't see Avatar being dethroned. We've got 3 new movies coming out next week: Fear, Distant, and Infinity Pool, and I've really not heard anything about any of them.
I think I've heard things about Fear and Infinity Pool, but I don't. Distant was the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard anything about.
Yeah,
that.
they all get wide releases, so maybe they'll dethrone Avatar. Who knows? Fear,
I
if
doubt it.
anything, horror movies have been really hot this year, so maybe Fear.
Yeah.
And that's all I've got for movies.
Well, let's move into television.
television,
Right. So news-wise, James Gunn apparently he was not a part of the decision to end Doom Patrol or Titans.
Right. Right.
So hopefully that's good news. I still wonder whether Warner Brothers is really going to give him as much reign as we hope that they'll give him. We'll see.
I feel like they need to. They've been.
yeah.
They don't have a good track record this year for making good decisions, or last year.
Yeah.
Really.
It pretty much just shows that they're cleaning the slate.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything is done except for, the releases this year that, we know they're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, he wants to bring a lot of the Guardians over to DC too. He's been talking about it.
Yeah, that was actually one of my rumors.
Oh shit! Sorry.
That's all right. It's all right.
I gotta backtrack a little bit. I did watch the '90s show.
I did too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Did you watch it all?
No.
I watched it all of the first
Really?
night. Yeah.
And so I watched it, and I had this moment where I was like, none of this really resonates. And I realized after thinking about it,
It should.
because I'm an '80s kid,
Yeah.
and I wanted to hear your take on it because you're a '90s kid.
Yeah. I mean, when '90s rolled around, I was 8 years old. So I don't know. I was kind of in the late '80s, early '90s, is mostly for the kid part of it. When do you not become a kid anymore?
Well, I realized after thinking about it that in '90 I was 17.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much through the 90s, I was focused on college and girls and job. And there was a lot of cultural things that I was just peripheral to
Yeah.
because my focus was elsewhere. But the 80s, growing up, in my teens and stuff was when everything really made an impression on me.
Right.
So I was curious what your take of the 90s show was. And,
I enjoyed it.
yeah.
I've watched all the '70s show as well, so I appreciate all the cast coming back, or most of the cast besides
That
Danny
was fun.
Masterman.
That was fun to see.
Yeah. That being said, my friend group in the '90s, we didn't have any girls in it. We didn't smoke weed in any basements or nothing, so I can't really relate to it in that way. And I wasn't really sold.
Did you say bro in the 90s? I
don't
didn't think
really
bro was a thing.
Yeah, it was dude.
Yeah, it was dude.
Yeah.
It was dude. It wasn't bro.
Mm-mm.
Bro wasn't around.
Bro was like late '90s, early 2000s, I think.
Yeah.
That's when it started.
It was too early for bro.
Yeah, the first bro wave. the bro wave of
And it just keeps coming
yeah,
back.
the bro wave of 1999. No, like I feel like the way they set that show up, it could take place pretty much in any freaking decade.
Yeah, yeah.
There's nothing that sets it apart for '90s except for maybe the like wallpaper. I don't even know. Like just the scenery on the set. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't sold on all the characters. Some of them seemed replaceable.
They weren't doing cocaine, so I mean,
Was that was 80s.
That's probably why it was in the 80s. Thinking that's why they didn't. That's why they skipped the 80s show.
Yeah,
Too much cocaine. Too weird. Too much cocaine, and they couldn't get the fashion right.
Too many amazing movies.
all the neon and.
Yeah, I mean it's worth a watch, but other than that, I don't think there's anything that really sets it out.
Yeah,
that's my take on it. Did you watch anything else?
I watched The Bad Batch.
Oh, how's that?
They're out to episode 5 now. It's a weekly release. It's going to go 16 episodes, so it's going to go all the way to March.
Oh wow.
It's definitely better than like some of their other Star Wars stuff. I'd say pretty much as good as everything else Filoni's done with Rebels and the Clone Wars. It's still just solid Star Wars animation. He's continuing his good streak of animated shows, so happy for that.
Yeah.
I mean, still no Mandalorian, which he's in too. I mean, he's a big driving force for that. So, but I'm definitely enjoying The Bad Batch. Worth keeping up with if you're a Star Wars fan.
So I actually talked Fallon into watching all of Star Wars from its entirety.
You're going to do a whole run?
We're going to do it while she's on maternity leave.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah. So she better do it. She better stick with it. It's out there now. So
you got to raise that new kid right.
Yeah.
Get him started with Star Wars right away.
Yeah, no joke. We're talking Star Wars. We're going to do Lord of the Rings. We're going to do The Hobbit.
Oh man.
We're going to do I might do Star Trek.
Ooh,
all of Star Trek. I know I've been talking about it.
That's quite the slog. I did that.
Yeah.
And it was a slog when I did it 10 years ago.
Mm.
And now they've got all kinds of new stuff. So,
yeah,
you've got a whole new bit to go through.
Yeah, there's a lot. But I feel like I might be able to do it. I probably can.
Well, good luck.
Yeah. Should we move into television news? Or do you got anything else that you watched?
Well, I watched Vox Machina, the new season.
Oh yeah, how's that?
It's pretty good stuff. I hope that they're not getting boycotted by any fans because they're actually they should get supported since they're really who is getting affected by the Dungeons and Dragons stuff. But Vox Machina, good stuff.
Would they be able to? They wouldn't be able to just switch it to like Pathfinder type system, would they?
Well, they own Vox Machina because that's always been theirs.
Oh, okay.
Basically, they would have to take out any kind of D&D reference type stuff, maybe some spell names and stuff, but the characters themselves, they own everything, so it'd be easy for them to. And that's even if they're using D&D anymore. They may switch to Pathfinder. It'd be an easy switch.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm glad that you know so goddamn much about so much shit. I can just ask you a question.
Wikipedia.
Yeah. He's like a robot assistant. You're better than Alexa.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that's a compliment.
Oh, thanks.
It is a compliment. I meant it as a compliment.
And that's it for TV for me.
All right, so we'll move on to the news. Aqua Teen Hunger Force has announced a season 12 after, 8 years since their last season on Cartoon Network?
Oh, has it been that long?
I think so. I didn't write it down in the notes, but
I do have this, Dad.
Oh. Yeah. Velma is the #1 worst animated show in history on IMDb now.
Yeah.
It even overtook Dragon Ball Evolution.
I know. Man, everybody is really hate watching Velma right now.
Yeah.
The hate watching is a thing.
I
remember when hate watching wasn't a thing. If you didn't like something, you just didn't watch it. But now it's definitely hate watching. That's got to be bad. I got to watch that.
Yeah.
That's awful. I got to watch that.
Yeah, I'm still debating whether or not I'm going to watch it. For damn sure, I'm not going to pay just for that, though.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, I wasn't sure I was going to watch any more How I Met Your Father.
Okay.
But Barney's supposed to.
Yeah.
So I think I just got sucked into watching season 2.
It'll be legendary.
It will. It will. Let's see. Star Wars.
You know, you can't go wrong with Neil Patrick Harris. So,
Oh
you
no,
know,
you can't.
know.
No,
So, yeah.
for Christmas this year, I watched that 8-Bit Christmas again,
Yeah.
and you know what? It hit me harder this year, and I thought I probably talked about it closer to Christmas, but he really, I really dig him as an actor. He's really good.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, Star Wars Skeleton Crew has finished filming. That's the new series with Jude Law.
Yes. Apparently, it's going to take place in the same timeline as. Oh God! Now I'm going to get it wrong. I want to say The Mandalorian, but now I'm not sure. I wish I'd written it down. But it's supposed to be in the same timeline as another show.
Okay.
And yeah, we'll see how that goes. Maybe a crossover.
Oh, that'd be cool. Fucking Jude Law. He'd be stealing the show.
It's going to be awesome.
Yep. Let's see. Sandman season 2 starts filming this summer.
Sweet. Season 1 was great. That was definitely one of my top shows of last year.
I couldn't get into it for some reason. I might have to try that.
Well,
again. Visually it was beautiful. I just didn't.
I definitely think you had to have read the comics.
Okay.
If you hadn't read the comics, then I think you probably missed a lot of what was going on.
Okay.
Just because they didn't belabor a lot of the backstory. They didn't do a lot of exposition to fill in people who had not read the comics.
So a show made for the fans.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Cobra Kai will end with season 6, but the Karate Kid universe will go on.
Oh, what are they going to do?
That I don't know. They just said that they plan on more stories, so I'm guessing movies or possible spin-off.
I hope they have a spin-off called Wax On.
Wax On?
maybe a double spin-off, one Wax On, one Wax Off show. And...
I know Pornhub has a Wax Off show, but that's not what we're looking for.
It might not be what you're looking for.
I was waiting for you to say that. I was like, oh, I got a joke for this one. Teed it up real nice. Yeah.
Very, very good. Very good.
Ted Lasso season 3 will release this spring. Which you know what, I'm kind of excited for it. I could always use more positivity in that regard.
Yeah, I didn't like season 2 nearly as much as season 1, but I still would watch season 3.
Yeah.
So we'll hopefully see it. I know there was some strife between them. Apparently, when HBO took over new management, there was some negotiation stuff that was having some trouble.
Well, Ted Lasso's on Apple.
Right, but it's done by WB. It's
Is
actually
it?
Produced by Warner Brothers, but it's on Apple.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's complicated.
It is very complicated.
My my Apple TV Plus subscription is running out
Oh.
in February. So I got to figure out if I'm I got to watch that.
February 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, speaking of Apple TV, we've got Jason
Segel
and Harrison Ford starring in a show called Shrinking on Apple. So
good old Harry Ford.
Yeah, I think they will make an absolute great duo. So
The trailers look pretty promising, but I think my Plus comes or ends like February 2nd.
No.
Yeah, so I might have to get the whole Apple One subscription just so I can have everything.
Yeah.
I'll have to figure out how.
We got a show called Poker Face coming up on today. Today it appears. It's got the girl from Russian Doll and their boy Joseph Gordon-Levitt,
Natasha Lyonne.
Yeah. And so that's going to be coming up today. And then also today is on Netflix Record of Ragnarok. It's got a nice, it's definitely a serious anime. It reminds me a lot of the kind of 1980s anime style. Like how it's drawn. So should be pretty cool to check that out on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Lockwood and Company. Don't know much about it. Might be good, might not. That's coming out on Netflix 1st of February. And on the Sci-Fi Channel, The Ark. Some, future having to go colonize another planet kind of thing. We'll see what Sci-Fi has in store for that. So those are the new TV shows coming up this week.
Okay. Let's see. Where did I leave off on this?
We were wrapping up TV.
February 8th. South Park Season 26 will premiere.
Awesome.
And I just gotta say, last night I was talking to Drake about South Park, and I don't even remember what we were talking about. It's just crazy to me that I was into it when I was his age.
Yeah.
And he's into it now.
Yeah, it spans the whole generation.
Yeah.
South Park.
I didn't have that with my parents. It's just uncharted territory, I guess.
No, I think as far as, TV shows that spanned that long, I suppose if you were into like 90 minutes or 60 minutes, whatever, 60 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. Or like, is 2020 still going on? I don't even know.
I have no idea.
Fucking the news, local news.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait for some news. Lay it on me, daddy-o.
Invincible dropped a trailer for season 2. Which is, so I'm really excited for that. Wonder Man should start filming in March.
Cool. Yeah, I'm still not a huge Wonder Man fan.
Yeah, I know nothing.
But maybe they can make it. I mean, if they made it like really campy, then I could see it being interesting. But to me, Wonder Man is one of the least interesting characters in the MCU. So
yeah, you told me he had no weaknesses.
Well, I
except for like vanity.
Yeah, that's pretty much his thing. He's kind of a vanity ass, but
and he looks like that just from every like just the way he looks. It screamed that to me. So
yeah, they need somebody like Seinfeld, the guy who played Putty. I
don't.
Oh, yeah, we'll have to. Do we know who's cast as Wonder Man?
I don't think we do yet.
Okay, all right. Well, that'd be interesting to see.
Something like a real life Gaston.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what they need. Yeah.
All right. Secret Invasion will lead directly into Armor Wars, the Armor Wars movie.
Everybody's a Skrull.
Yeah. That's according to Don Cheadle himself. So
Don Cheadle's a Skrull too. So.
Yep. And my last bit of news is Always Sunny season 16 has started filming. Finally. I feel like I've been waiting years.
Did they have a hiatus of?
I don't know if they did or not. I want an episode of Always Sunny.
No.
Every week.
Oh well, yeah.
And I'll be happy. But I don't
live with disappointment.
Yeah, basically. Should we move into anime?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, anime.
Anime.
So, watch Trigun.
Okay,
so I watched.
You still enjoying Trigun?
Yeah. Watched episode 4. Was it 4? 3? 3 or 4?
3.
Was it 3?
Yeah. Okay. I don't think 4's come out yet, but then again, I might be a little behind.
Well, I'm current with the sub and I'm current with the dub, and I gotta tell you, when I heard, and I can't remember the voice actor's name, but the original voice actor for Vash coming back,
yeah,
it just hit me in the feels right away, like instantly. I just smiled and I was like, oh, this feels familiar. I'm really looking forward to watching the rest of it. Even my wife is obsessed with it. We'll just lay in bed on Saturday morning and watch it.
Yeah, it really shows what a strong season this is, where Trigun is pretty solid.
Yeah.
But it's just around the middle mark, maybe even a little lower on the rankings as far as what people are enjoying. But it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it at all. It's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
As far as anime, Toma-chan is a girl. Toma-chan is a girl? What? is number 1, and it's not as special as My Dress Up Darling.
Okay.
But it's definitely a rom-com with some good qualities to it.
Okay.
So if you want a good rom-com, you can't really, watch My Dress Up Darling first, and then Toma-chan is a girl. And honestly, the biggest difference is, man, I tell you, My Dress Up Darling, the characters were just had so much quality to them. Just art quality, just their whole persona. You wanted to like them. Mm-hmm. These characters are still likable, but not as special as those characters. Yeah. So it's still a nice rom-com. The one that made the biggest move was Inspector, which is good. If you haven't seen Inspector, then if you're looking for a good kind of supernatural mystery, very solid. Nier Automata moved up 5 places. So there's a lot of good stuff this season going on.
Yeah, Nier is actually getting delayed due to COVID.
Lot of anime is getting, not just Nier.
Oh, it's not just Nier?
Yeah, I think the list is out to 5, 6, 7 different
Ooh.
anime shows that are going to get delayed, if not
Now, are
for
they...
a long period of time
Oh,
because of COVID. Yeah, we may have a definite winter hiatus for a while.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so we'll see how that all pans out.
Yeah, good old COVID being very COVID-y.
Yeah.
Hate it.
Yeah, definitely several anime are getting some serious delays for COVID. Crunchyroll, I just thought I'd mention that they put their anime awards out for last year, and I thought I'd go through the 6 that made their anime of the year list. One, we talked about Attack on Titan final season,
Oh my God.
part 2.
What a shit show.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that one made anime of the year, but it's there. Cyberpunk Edge Runners, that definitely deserves to be there.
Yeah,
Very
I've
solid.
seen a lot of hype around that one.
Very solid. The latest season of Demon Slayer, which I thought was pretty good. I enjoyed the first 3 episodes, and the rest of it was more okay to me, but I thought it was decent. One I thought that was very special, Licorice Recoil.
Yeah.
That would probably get my, I don't know. It probably wouldn't beat Spy Family, which is also up there, but it was special to me. I'm glad to see that on the list. And then Ranking of Kings was the other one.
Okay.
So definitely some great shows. If you haven't seen any of those, then definitely check it out. My Dress Up Darling is up for Best Character.
I hope it wins.
Yeah. Because, I mean, the others that we just kind of mentioned are there. There's actually a JoJo in that one, too. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It made it onto the Best Character list.
Oh.
Let's see what else is worth mentioning here. On Best Original Anime, Birdie Wing, which didn't get a dub. It's only sub. But that one was special. Basically, girls golf competition, but it's done very shonen, where like special golf abilities.
Oh,
and
God.
yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I enjoyed that one.
Okay.
Best Animation, we got Kibi's Sailor Uniform. The animation on that one was really spectacular.
I think I remember you talking to me about that one.
Yeah, the anime, it's definitely a girls' drama, but animation was just really out of the world on that one.
Okay.
Let's see, anything else that... Best Opening Sequence. They added Yaboy Kong Ming to that one, and that is definitely one of those animes that I would not skip the intro. Because every time the intro came on, I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna it's the 15th time I've listened to this, but yeah, I'm there for it.
That's like me with that X-Men the Animated Series intro. I never skipped it.
Yeah. There's some things you just don't skip. So it's also Yaboy Kong Ming is also up for Best Score.
Okay.
Which makes sense since it's really a music-based anime.
Is that like a one and done season, or are they going to make any more? Do you know?
It could open up to more, but I feel like if it just was this one season, you'd be very satisfied.
Okay.
So Yaboy Kong Ming is definitely one I think everybody should check out. A lot of fun. And I think that's all the mentions that I want to do for that.
Let's see if I got any anime news. Nope. I ain't got that. Any more for anime?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Let's move on to video games.
Video games.
Right.
All right, so playing the normal shit. It got us a victory, Nikkei, and Snap.
You're still playing Snap. All right.
Yeah. I just
Congratulations.
I hit 50 last night, and I decided to buy the battle pass. And then I made a Zabu deck. With what is it? Jaws?
I don't know.
The dog that like Lockjaw. There we go. That's the one. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. Anyway,
Because he's part of the Inhumans group, and nobody remembers the Inhumans.
Yeah. Well, I got a Zabu Lockjaw deck, and it seems to be doing pretty good. The last 2-3 seasons, I've just kind of been stuck on around 30 to 50. I can't get really past that, so I'm gonna have to like really learn a deck and learn opponents' cards and what they're working with. I feel like I got a good grasp on it, but I feel like if I get a little bit better, I'll know when to snap and when to retreat, and just
I hope that works out for you. Yeah.
I'm very
After the first season, I gave up completely on even looking at rank.
yeah.
It just didn't matter to me anymore.
I feel like it'd be cool to hit an infinite rank,
It would be cool. Oh, definitely.
but I don't know if I have the like I know I can probably do it. I just don't know if I have the drive to like learn that much about this game. And to
Well,
like try to read my opponent's moves.
because of the randomness and all that stuff, unlike Magic, where you can have just a really superior deck, the randomness with the not the draws but the locations,
yeah.
and
Yeah,
how
that's
they,
the worst.
and how they work with your deck. I feel like even if you've got a really good deck and even if you're a really good player, your percentage of winning is still not that much higher. So you're going to have to play a lot of games to get infinite.
Yeah. Yeah. And every like they're adding these new locations. A lot of them have destroy mechanics.
Yeah.
And the God, what is it? The spotlight, the location spotlight special that they run.
Oh, yeah.
The, like 48 hours. It has
Yeah.
a chance to be like in pretty much every freaking game. Really sucks. Really sucks.
Well, that just goes to show you can't really master one deck. You have to basically build a good deck for that location during that time. Actually, that was one of my favorite things about it.
Really?
Yeah. That was one of my favorite things about Snap is having to change up based on those kind of things.
Yeah. I wish it, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of, I feel like they have way too many locations that have destroying mechanics, but that's just me. Anyway, game I'm going to try to play tonight, I hope, is called Hi-Fi Rush, which supposedly dropped today.
Well, the trailer dropped. Is it out?
Yeah, it should have been released.
Oh, okay. See, now I missed the Xbox whole thing.
I
which,
did too.
Yeah, so I didn't get up on the details. But Hi-Fi Rush looked really cool.
Yeah, it's cell shaded, rhythm action game.
Based on the trailer, what I was impressed with was the fact that it looks like it has a really good story to go along with really good action play.
Yeah, who was it made by? What
Was
Evil
it Bethesda?
Within?
Evil Within 2 was amazing.
Yeah, okay, so Evil Within and Evil Within 2, the this comes from those developers. So,
Nice.
I like the soundtrack of the trailer. I hope I hope those songs are in there, and I hope I can just beat ass to some really good music. I think that'd be good.
What was it? Metal Hellsinger was a really good rhythm
Yeah,
shooter game last year, and I think this one is going to have an even better story integrated with
Yeah.
that kind of action,
Yeah.
music, timed stuff. So I think it's got it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
that's all I got for what I'm playing or what I plan to play. So I got a crap load of news. What have you been playing though?
Marvel Midnight Suns mostly, and now I have switched over to GameFly to rent a bunch of stuff. So basically, I usually play a little bit and send it back so I can get new stuff in that I might not normally buy. And we passed up Midnight Suns because the reviews were kind of lukewarm on it. And the things in the reviews are absolutely right. I mean, the characters are not quite the same characters. The fact that it's part that strategic game, part dating sim, it really doesn't seem like it fits, but I'm loving it.
Yeah,
It shouldn't work, but for certain people, I think like me, it absolutely works. Other than maybe they're still off a little bit on some of the characters, but I'm loving it, and I'm so glad that I bought it because they just announced a Deadpool DLC coming out for it.
isn't that today?
They made the announcement. I'm not sure when the date is.
Okay.
But yeah, Deadpool DLC is coming out for Midnight Suns, so I'm glad I finally got a copy of that because I can see me playing it for a long period of time.
Yeah, see, I went to GameStop and picked up Need for Speed Unbound and Midnight Suns on the same day. And I haven't had too much of a chance to really get down on Midnight Suns, but From what I've played, I really like it. But I'm a huge fan of the
I mean,
XCOM.
fishing with Doctor Strange, playing video games with Iron Man. What's not to love? What's not to love?
Exactly.
Hanging out with Magic.
Yeah. That would be fun.
Oh yeah, hanging by the pool with Magic.
Anything else you playing?
That's all the stuff I've been pretty much focused on. Marvel Midnight Suns. Been enjoying it. Just playing it.
Well, let's move on to the news.
Yeah.
Okay, so the new DualSense Edge is getting some pretty good reviews, and that's the Pro controller for the PS5, basically. So if you are into $200 remote controllers, might be your thing.
Okay. Not my thing.
Yeah,
but,
I don't.
But a lot of people like the ability to change stuff and change haptics and change triggers, and a lot of people really enjoy that.
It was cool with what was it? The Xbox Elite controller. I have the first gen. I don't have the second gen yet, but I'm thinking about it. I don't use the back paddles though. Like it's just so it's too different for me to want to be able to use those. So that's a little wasted. But the trigger stops and shit, some really cool for first-person shooters.
Okay,
really works good. Dead Space is on the way. It's in the mail for me.
Yeah, 27th.
I'm not sure if I'm gonna get it tomorrow.
Okay,
but there was also a collab in Fortnite, which I ended up buying. To my detriment, probably. I don't know. I could play as Isaac Clarke in freaking Fortnite.
Yeah, I think I'm going to. I don't know if I'm going to. It's on my rental list, but I might skip it just because so much other stuff is coming up.
Well, I'll tell you this: the developers for this game have said that they've admitted that they've struggled to play this game with headphones on at nighttime or just in general.
It's apparently creepy as hell.
Yeah. Okay. So I've watched all the dev logs for this show or for this game, and the sound engineering is just so cool. Like you hear like they'll bounce sound off of metal and it sounds like it's reverbing, and it gets like the reverb goes down the closer the monster is to you, or like when a door's shutting and opening, you can like the sound gets louder and shit. So oh my god, I cannot wait.
I got minor heart problems. I don't know if I can handle it.
I'll let you know because I just want to be scared. I want to be crying in my chair. That's what I want. Because I feel like nothing really scares me anymore. So when I come across this stuff, I savor it. So.
You're a man that's hard to scare. You're about to have your fourth kid, and if that's not going to scare somebody, I don't know.
I long for death. Oh no. This is great. And you know what? If we're gonna upload it to the cloud, and my kid someday that's not even born yet is gonna be able to listen to this and be like, "Oh, thanks, Dad." Oh shit.
He'll be like, "Yeah, Dead Space killed you."
Yeah. Oh shoot.
Oh yeah.
Forspoken is getting some super bad reviews.
Yep, it's got a 68 on Metacritic, and I've watched several video reviews and read a dozen or so reviews. It basically boils down to gameplay, action and stuff is very fluid and good.
Yeah.
The characters, very annoying. The world, very bland.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's the gist I got.
Yeah. So it's kind of somebody described it as a $20 game and a $70
package.
Yeah. And yeah, that's I can agree with from what I've seen. I haven't played it yet, but from the reviews, yeah, that's about what it sounds like. Yeah. Square Enix with another dud.
Yeah, and supposedly it's big amounts of resources it takes to run on a PC.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
didn't they say 16 gigabytes of RAM just to run it in 1080p?
Yeah, like low settings. Yeah, low settings. And we probably we should have been aware of this because they weren't giving codes for people to do early reviews, and they were saving those spec things until like the week before.
Yeah.
So a lot of heads up on. Oh yeah, and they in their like teaser trailer for promotion, their ad trailer for it, they took a bunch of quotes from reviews but misquoted them.
Oh.
Like the review the reviews would say such and such magazine said it was beautiful, and beautiful
beautiful
was
disaster.
yeah, exactly. It was taken out of context like that. So yeah,
Oh man.
yeah. Square
That's
Enix,
dirty.
what you doing?
That's dirty, Square.
I used to just have so much faith in Square Enix, and now it's like,
The mighty have fallen.
yeah, the mighty have fallen. I am really worried about Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah.
Really
It looks
worried about
great, but
Yeah, I know. They've got a lot of ground to prove these days.
yeah. Square Enix is the WB of the gaming industry now, it seems.
Well, 2 years ago, and they haven't backed down from it. The CEO basically said we're going to just like double down on NFT gaming, and
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and it's been a nightmare ever since.
Garbage poopy.
Yeah.
Let's see. If you're a fan of fighting games, the team behind Fighter Z, Dragon Ball Fighter Z,
Yeah.
is working on a Grand Blue Fantasy. Fighting
That
game.
looks sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, I was pretty stoked to see it. There was a couple other, like, I would love to see a Naruto type fighting game like
Yeah.
Fighter Z, a JoJo's type fighting game like Fighter Z, or One Piece. But from what I've seen, this looks pretty good.
Yes.
And it might get me to, like, I've never watched. Grand Blue is a.
It's the big game, like their like open world RPG hasn't hit yet. I think it's
Okay.
coming out this year.
All right.
And that's like their first big intro for the series. But in the meantime, they came out with the fighting game, and the characters look really cool. Nice graphics and so forth and stuff. So it's a thing. It will be a thing.
Yeah.
It will be. It will be a thing.
Let's see. Market speculators are looking at the earliest we can see next-gen consoles, and it's looking like 2028 will be the earliest.
I would even say that they won't even make that next gen. I can see some mid-gen stuff 2028, but not like.
Oh, I'm
PlayStation.
surprised we're not seeing mid-gen shit already. Because it didn't take very long for them to come out with the PS4 Pro, did it?
True, but I still say 2028 will be mid-gen. Well, no, that is quite a ways off.
5 years.
It is 5 years.
I'd say 2025.
I'm going to 2030 for next gen.
Okay. All right.
But you're right. Mid-gen will come out before then. 2 years from now,
Yeah,
we'll get mid-gen.
that's what I'm thinking. Let's see here. Gully, and I'm probably butchering this pronouncing. The Gully kit has a drift-free Hall effect joystick upgrade kit for Joy-Cons, for the Nintendo Joy-Cons.
Okay.
Which is basically, you remember the Nixie Wizard gamepad? That's like the GameCube Joy-Cons that I told you about?
Yeah. Okay.
So it's the same type of joystick in those. So that's the route I went because I don't feel like tearing apart Joy-Cons and replacing.
Right.
Don't know a price point, but I'm sure it's probably a hell of a lot cheaper than buying new Joy-Cons. But supposedly these Hall effect joysticks are just immune to drift, just by the way they're made.
Nice.
So, if you're into that, which we all should be, I would.
Especially on the Switch, I don't play a lot of things that it matters, the whole drift thing, because I play a lot of role-playing games and strategy stuff on the Switch more than I do like any kind of racing or action game.
Well, do you remember having any stick drift like before like last gen?
No, I can't say that I've had any controllers at all that I've been like, this is a piece of crap.
Because I know when I used to like boot up, and I want to say it was Nintendo 64 games, and I'd have the joystick, like while I was booting up the console, if I had the joystick to the left, it would just it would pull to the left all the time, and I'd have to restart the console.
Okay.
But other than that, I don't feel like I've ever dealt with any of it, and I played the PlayStation 2 like heavily.
Oh yeah,
and the Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Shit just seems to be made cheap anymore. Let's see. Trying to keep my excitement in check, but apparently Gears of War 6 is leaked, as well as a collector, not a collector's edition, what is it? Ultimate Collection.
Well, I can't see them not doing Gears of War 6. So, is it so much a leak, or is there just...
No,
just
like
saying?
so the logo apparently leaked
Oh,
for
okay.
it, and some clues to the Ultimate Collection, which
Okay.
the Master Chief Collection for Halo,
Right.
where it has all the old games. So if this happens and we get like next gen version or the current gen version of all the Gears of War,
Yeah.
I'm going to be.
I could see that happening.
Yeah, we might need to play through it all together.
Yeah, because that would be fun. That would be a hell of a lot of fun.
And let's see. The last bit of gaming news I've got is support for the Avengers game is ending.
Yes.
Apparently, you can go and get some of their extremely overpriced skins for free now.
Yeah. They put all the shop in for free, and it's playable now
Yeah.
for a while. But they haven't said anything about an ultimate closing. But who knows? That's That's why games as a service are such a you never know when things are going to end.
Yeah.
And if you start spending money on it, then you know.
Yeah.
Having that service just taken away from you because you never own anything.
Right. And for those, I tried. So I used to be completely against spending money on digital shit, and then what was it? Dota 2.
Yeah.
I started kind of getting into the idea of buying cosmetics because I'm clearly paying this game. I want to support development on the game.
Sure. Yeah.
I spent $0 extra on Avengers, even with that mindset, because I just like the campaign was great.
Yeah.
And if the game was just the campaign, it would have been.
Yeah.
I would have felt like I got my money's worth out of it, and it was great. But that end game, dude,
Yeah.
what the, just terrible. So
an obvious add-on for more money.
yeah, and there's no way I was gonna spend any extra money on super over it because weren't the skins like $20?
Oh, I don't remember
ridiculous.
the prices, but yeah, I would have not spent money on that thing.
On top of the money that I already spent is too much. Anyway, that is all I have for video games. What you got for news?
One other thing for news is there was a Blizzard executive that quit this past week because of the fact that he was having to give low evaluations to his workers because they have like a quota system where like a certain percentage have to get low evaluations.
The hell?
And I want to say good for him. Good
Yeah.
for him for standing up for the fact and saying that, his people are worth what they're worth regardless of whatever pigeonhole you try to put in. And good for him standing up for some rights. It's not often
what's
you
the
see.
benefits for that? Just to be able to screw people out of a few dollars of a raise or some shit?
Well, I think the mindset for a lot of companies is you're going to have a certain percentage of bad workers that need to be fired.
Right.
I think that's the mindset of companies.
But they're purposely like they're drawing a line in the sand and saying that 20 people have to be on this side.
And nothing's black. Nothing's
yeah.
ever black and white.
Yeah.
That's probably the case 90% of the times. But you might have an absolutely stellar team where everybody's pulling their weight, and to be forced to evaluate somebody as low just because you have to meet certain quotas.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
It's messed up.
It is messed up. And I'm glad that we had somebody in management actually stand up and say, I'm not going to do this.
Maybe we should make an Ogre Person of the Year award.
Because he's up for it.
Yeah.
I wish I had written his name down because, that takes balls.
Yeah.
Putting your job on the line to say, I'm not going to give somebody a low evaluation because they don't deserve it, even though you're making me do it.
That's actually commendable in this day and age.
I like
Sticking to your ideals instead of licking the boot.
Yeah, I like to hear that. That's good stuff. So good stuff.
Yeah. All right.
Fire Emblem came out this past week, got a 82 on Metacritic, and it's apparently one of the more solid games that came out this year so far.
Yeah.
Looks really cool. So I got it in just the other day, so I'm probably going to start it up this week. I'll have my own review on it for next week.
If Camilla's in it, I've got dibs on her.
Well, apparently a lot of the old characters, like 12 of the old characters I think are like playable. Okay. And then everybody else is like summonable for like battles and grids and stuff, but not like part of the story.
Okay.
So I think she's part of you can summon her to fight, but she's not like part of the storyline.
If I came across an old lamp with a genie in it, I would wish for the power to summon her.
Oh yeah. I'd be rubbing the lamp.
Oh god. That was an awkward little pause that you left on. But 100% agree with you.
Yeah. We'd both be rubbing some lamps. Mm-hmm. And speaking of rubbing lamps, we've got Neptunia, Sister versus Sister, that came out this week.
Okay.
It got the same score as Forspoken, which you would think that's a bad thing, but considering these are kind of low-tier games, that's probably actually a decent thing. Because these are not meant to be AAA experiences. But I'll probably be playing Neptunia, Sister versus Sisters at some point. Hogwarts Legacy coming out on the 10th.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Quickly approaching.
PlayStation is doing some sort of giveaway for Hogwarts Legacy. It was a pain in the ass to do it on mobile.
Okay.
But look it up. I would definitely recommend looking it up on a PC. But you can register to win a bunch of Hogwarts Legacy prizes. Do it on a desktop. Don't do it on a mobile.
All right. So a giveaway for Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah.
Good to know. We'll be jumping into that middle of February there. Wild Hearts on the 17th, which is, I believe it's like a Japanese Monster Hunter, like a Japanese culture style Monster Hunter.
Now, okay, so before you say anything, I'm thinking of like a waifu type game where you're hunting her down in a city and you gotta like...
I would be so getting that.
I would get that too. I'm ashamed of myself to admit that, but I that is a game I would really check out.
No, it's more like Monster Hunter. Sadly, no hunting down of waifus, I think. Atomic Hearts, which I know is coming out on Game Pass on the 21st, which is kind of a first-person Russian-inspired Bioshock type deal.
Okay.
And then second in the Like a Dragon series, Ishin, which I'm still trying to get you to play Like a Dragon.
Yeah.
Because, oh my God, it is so good. It is so good. It is incredibly long, but it is so good. And then Octopath Traveler 2 on the 24th. Some role-playing goodness coming out there. We've got the standard assortment of free games from Epic, and then we've got more free games coming from Prime on February, with the top one being Elder Scrolls 3. Morrowind, yeah. The Game of the Year edition coming out for free on Amazon Prime there.
I remember playing that game for the PS3.
Oh, yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Actually, our buddy Chris just played it. He replayed Morrowind recently.
Yeah.
So still good stuff.
Yeah, I think he sent that to the group chat.
Yeah. And that's all I've got for video games.
All right, let's move on into other. And I got actually quite a bit for other this week.
Other geekly things.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't know why I put this in there, but I just thought it was cool. As a sci-fi fan, I think it's really cool that NASA is working on a nuclear-powered engine for deep space exploration and missions.
Nice.
I think that's kind of cool. Let's see. The Star Wars Hotel is lowering prices.
I know we didn't mention on the show, but I've been thinking that it was going to come to that.
So far, it's not drastic. From what I've seen, it seems like they're doing packages, so you can get quite the discount up to like $800 or something if you spend like half your time here and then half your time at a beach retreat or some shit.
I have a feeling the prices will come down to around they're now like $2,000 a night.
They start out at like $5,000 a night.
Is it $5,000 a night or $5,000 for the package?
I thought it was $5,000 a night.
Anyway,
I don't remember.
I expect them to be half in another year, half that.
Yeah, it would sure be nice if the average Joe like myself could stay at a Star Wars hotel, because I would really, appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Meta is reevaluating its stance on bare boobies.
That's always good to revisit.
Yeah, so you may so either I've been told that it can go either direction, where Facebook and Instagram might allow a full female breast to be shown,
not just tasteful side boob.
Yeah, or they could take it the opposite direction and even ban like male nipples.
Oh,
so
okay.
So who knows? I personally, there's enough booby places you can see booby on the internet.
There's a lot. Yeah.
I don't need like girls that I went to high school with, or family members accidentally.
Oh God. Yeah, you've got a 17-year-old daughter.
Yeah. Oh Jesus Christ. I would drill my eyeballs out if that ever happened. So yeah.
Yeah, I can see where you're going there.
Yeah. I feel like boobs have a place on the internet, and it's not Instagram or Facebook, which I don't think I'd ever.
Well, boobs would be something that I agree with you on, but I think there's 100 other things that need to be banned on Instagram and Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Even before that. So yeah, whatever.
Let's see here. Massive tech layoffs are happening. Microsoft has laid off full teams dedicated to mixed reality and the HoloLens.
Yeah.
Which the HoloLens seems kind of like it fell flat anyway, because they were developing a bunch of them for the U.S. soldiers, and it was making them sick.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think this is cool as shit. Cooling fans on electronics may be replaced with small solid-state cooling chips. Not sure how it works, but it would be like a super big game changer for things like the Switch, the Steam Deck, laptops, any handhelds that'll come out.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that law of thermodynamics being what it is. I could see there possibly being a tech solution other than fans that would work.
And just quiet.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's cool. Hopefully we'll be able to see it in the
I would
near
imagine
future.
it's based on some kind of liquid metal.
Evil T1000.
Your computer just transformed. You suck.
Hey, do you know where John Connor is? Yeah, if your PC starts asking you that, time to throw that bitch out.
Yeah.
Jeremy Renner ended up breaking 30 bones in that snowplow accident.
I know. I didn't realize how big the snowplow was until after I'd read a few articles, like 14,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, serious snowplow, not just your regular clear the driveway kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know if we talked about it last week, but Chris Evans he reached out to him on social media and asked him if anybody's checked on the snowplow.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so
that's great.
Captain America and Hawkeye, they're
Very
still
very nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
Netflix seems to think that they might
That
lose
snowplow's a
customers.
scroll.
Yeah. Oh God. Netflix seems to think that they are going to lose customers when they start cracking down on password sharing.
Okay, yeah, probably.
So I just put the shocked Pikachu meme.
Yeah, like
That's my reaction to that. Like, no way.
really?
Netflix added more than 7 million subs in Q4 though, of 2022.
How many did they lose?
I don't know,
Yeah.
but it shattered their target.
Oh, okay.
For what they wanted to gain. So streaming is just weird.
Yeah,
It's probably all those people just rotating.
probably.
Streaming
Just like me,
services,
I'd be
yeah.
one of them because I picked it up and it'll be gone pretty soon. Actually, I think my month of it just ended, so I was one of those.
Yeah. Are you ready for veggies?
Oh yeah, hit me with some veggies.
All
Why
right.
not?
This shit sucks. This made me sad. Amazon will end their Smile program on February 20th, saying that there were too many nonprofits that they were supporting, so the benefits were spread too thin.
Okay.
In the Smile program, if you're not familiar with it, you choose a nonprofit that you would like to do. Part of your Amazon purchase would be donated to that nonprofit. You got anything for other?
No, I've just got some rumors.
Well, let's head into the rumor mill.
The rumor mill.
Well, which mine have both almost been answered before because rumor is James Gunn is going to bring over more Guardian actors into the DC. So how likely do you think it'll be?
I'm gonna give that one a 10. With between the actors and James Gunn, I saw like a lot of mutual respect with the when James Gunn got fired from Disney.
Yeah.
And they penned that letter, and that's not you don't get to see a group of people united like that very much. So special relationship there. I
Yeah,
definitely see
he's
that
obviously got a lot of respect from from the actors as well as Disney themselves.
Yeah.
So I don't think Disney would get in his way, and the actors obviously are kind of done with that, and with that they can't really go into the MCU, so I mean, they're going to be looking for other work. Why not follow Gunn?
Mm-hmm. I think it's a smart move.
Yeah.
And it's always good to not burn bridges.
Yeah.
Gives you opportunities later on down the road.
And Zoe Saldana,
Mm-hmm.
she became the first actor to be in $4 billion movies.
Yeah.
So
that's commendable.
Yeah.
That's pretty insane.
She's almost as good as Bill Paxton.
Nobody will ever be as good. When Arnold Schwarzenegger held him over a bridge, dangling his feet, and he admitted that he has a tiny, pathetic dick. Funniest thing ever in True Lies. I was watching that. God, when that first came out, I was watching that with my mom. And my mom's the type of person that she would control what I'd watch.
Okay.
But she had this horrible habit of, after something was already said, she'd smack her hands over my ears like
you're not allowed to hear about tiny penises.
Yeah, so
don't hear about tiny penises.
So yeah, no, I don't know. That just reminded me of. But yeah, I get ear damage and have to hear about Bill Paxton's. Never mind. Whatever. Okay, so yeah, I give that one a 10. I give that.
Yeah,
and I hope it's a 10 because I liked them all.
Okay. And now this rumor we predicted, which is that Blade is now going to be set in the 1920s.
Oh, I thought that was a done deal.
No, it's still rumored. It's not official yet.
Okay.
But back when they first had issues, we mentioned the fact that we suspected the script wasn't working with the current MCU timeline,
right,
and that they might make it a period piece.
Right.
So the period piece gets them out of all of the have-tos with the current timeline.
I have a fear that this is correct. I also, and the reason I fear it is because there is no. There's very few threads linking all this stuff to each other. So
yeah.
But with all the garbage trash that's been going on with Blade, I have a feeling that this is kind of their only course of action to get things on track, which really blows.
Yeah, and it's also going to be hard for them to justify why he's not present in the current timeline, and that also brings up the question: is he not even going to make another appearance until after Secret Wars?
Maybe he was slumbering.
maybe. God, that would be. That'd be so awful if they just put him in a casket at the end of the movie and just wait to bring him back out.
Maybe he got so close to wiping out all the vampires, and they had to.
That would answer a lot of
repopulate.
questions about why he's not in the current timeline. But yeah, we'll see. So you think, yeah?
Unfortunately, I think that it is going to happen.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't. Or if it is, I hope that somehow they can link it to other shit. Because we've been saying
that was our biggest complaint about Phase 4 is nothing linked.
Yeah, and we've been saying it pretty much every freaking episode of Over. So,
yeah, the MCU is just a bunch of standalones right now, and nothing seems to have a cohesive storyline together. And Blade is going to continue that, being set in the 20s.
Hopefully they find a way to link it to other things. Maybe the Eternals.
I hope.
Maybe Shang-Chi's dad.
Well, I think they're going to have trouble with that too, because like the Eternals, Black Knight. The last time we saw them, Blade was teased but not connected still, and it was modern day. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
Poopy.
Yeah. That's all the rumors I got.
Okay, I have a few. Okay, so we'll start with this one. Kristen Ritter will be filming Jessica Jones series next year for Disney Plus.
Yeah, I think that they've planned on bringing her back because she's so great.
Yeah.
And Jessica Jones was definitely one of my favorite of the Netflix.
She is Elsa Bloodstone, if you guys haven't put it together yet, is a doppelganger of
Oh, yeah.
Jessica Jones.
Yeah, I was almost surprised that they didn't cast her in that role, but actually that brings support to the rumor in the fact that they were going to bring her back as Jessica Jones. Yeah, I think that's kind of been in the plans. They just couldn't say anything about it for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
So
with
I'm giving that
Daredevil
rumor
coming
high.
in.
Yeah, I'm going to give that a high rumor. She's back.
Yeah.
She's back.
And then for my other rumor, which you guys will be proud of me, it's not MCU related at all.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Bill Murray,
Gotta love Bill Murray.
Sigourney Weaver,
Okay.
and Dan Aykroyd
Okay.
are coming back for the Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel.
Interesting. I mean, Ghostbusters, the last movie did really well.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It was pretty good.
yeah. So why not?
As long as Paul Rudd comes back, I'm good.
There's your MCU connection.
Yeah. Oh shit. I done did it. But yeah. So I hope so,
Yeah.
because it just connects the '80s movies to 40 years later.
Yeah, I have to admit, as much as I think it will happen, I really have to say I don't want it to happen. I'm actually on the fence that I think they should just move on with new stuff. But
Man.
'cause I feel like the last movie was a nice wrap up, and they could just move on after that. And there's a lot of bringing back older actors and stuff for different things, and I'm just not a fan of it. I think they should have moved on with Star Wars. I think they should have moved on with a lot of things. Indiana Jones. Yeah, I'm just not into the whole bringing the old actors back.
Oh man,
Which is
Indiana
weird
Jones,
because I'm like the target audience. I'm the
Yeah.
target audience for this, and
that
I'm
is
just like,
weird.
no.
You've thrown me a curveball.
Because these actors are old, it often leads to just like a one-shot kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there really isn't a future because these actors are old. And they've got the directors and stuff have this, like much like the last Star Wars stuff. They have this thing where because they're bringing back these older actors, they really have to focus on them.
But you get closure on their characters for
But-
the most part.
Somewhat, but they focus on them so much they leave this hole when they're gone. But
they-
the last Ghostbusters movie didn't do that.
Yeah.
They brought them back, but only as cameos and focused on the new talent.
Yeah.
And I think that made for a stronger start or
So
reboot of the franchise
Yeah.
than bringing older characters back and focusing on them.
So you're more worried about the older characters overshadowing the...
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
That I
means-
can see.
And then the franchise dies with the older characters because they can't really continue. And that's my hesitancy with bringing back the older characters. Is if it's a cameo, that's cool, like the last Ghostbusters movie. But like the Star Wars movies focus so much on the older characters, the newer characters really didn't have enough room to grow and establish.
Right.
I read the Captain Phasma book, and in the movies she got very little screen time.
Yeah.
But her backstory is pretty fascinating,
Is
and it would have made a great movie just for her. And she was a very secondary character.
What was she in?
She was the kind of like lieutenant to Kylo Ren.
Oh, okay.
Game of Thrones, tall Gwendolyn. Never can remember her name. She played her.
Okay. I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, the very tall actress in Game of Thrones.
The same girl from Wednesday?
Yes,
Yeah.
she played Captain Phasma.
I knew her name last week.
And she was in Sandman, and yeah, they did her character some injustice because she had so little screen time, but the book written on her was very good.
Huh.
And I would have loved to had just her as a storyline.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Well, should we wrap it up?
yeah, gamers and geeks. This has been Ogre.
Oh, Jesus. Old Guys Geekly review. I'm tongue tied.
Losing our memory all the time.
Yeah, we did about an hour and a half episode
Oh, damn.
so far. Yeah.
Damn. All right, be good to each other.
Yeah, always. Oh man.
Yeah, we rambled on for that one.
What was her name?
I want to say Gwendolyn Christie, but I know I get it wrong.
But what was her? Here's the Gears War.
Or Game of Thrones?
Yeah. What was
Is the alternate